In studio with us, just back from the entire world of traveling, Mr. Kane Hanson of Great North Insurance. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Eric.
Why do you begrudgingly roll your eyes when I make fun of you as a world traveler?
Because it's the pot calling the kettle black.
Listen. You're right.
Just because you were there for work. Miami, Mexico.
Listen, I was in Miami. It was so cold, iguanas were falling out of the trees.
That's fair.
Mexico was pretty awesome, though. So you were just in Toronto for a family gathering. You kind of honeymoon, took a family trip because you were newly married, fresh off the market. Congratulations.
Yes, she's so lucky.
Is that what you tell her every day?
Every single day until she actually believes it.
Yeah, lucky Corey. Again, congrats on getting married. That's a big deal, of course.
Yes.
And now we're here to talk about my favorite topic, insurance.
Absolutely. I think it's everybody's.
Well, insurance is a necessary evil, isn't it, Kane?
Yes, it absolutely is.
And you specialize not just in auto insurance and house insurance. I know Great North has an umbrella that does all those things, but you're kind of a master of a couple different domains. What do those look like?
Yeah, so I kind of specialize in the life insurance, the disability, long-term care, and health insurance to help out our clients and potential clients.
So let's talk about disability insurance, because I don't think anybody thinks that that's going to happen to them ever. I mean, that's kind of the root of all this, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I think that's insurance. I mean, you buy it, you hope you never use it. Fortunately, because of not those things, the rates are decent.
Right.
I think I saw the stats, 4 out of 1,000 homes, there's a fire.
4 out of 1,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
Accidents is around the same. It's 4 to 6 accidents you'll be injured in.
Okay.
Long-term care disability, long-term care stats are 70% of people over the age of 65 are going to need some type of long-term care.
70% of people over the age of 65. So we're looking at basically, if you are a senior citizen age now, ARP starts at, I think, 50, but senior citizen kind of starts at 55. I think that some restaurants say 65 is the discount. That's how I determine is where I can get a 10% discount when I turn 65, right?
When they say Medicare, there's Medicare, everybody gets Part A and Part B. That's kind of the number they say. That's when some of the people think long-term care kicks in, but there's a lot of rules that come into effect. And so 65 is the number. It's always nice when people have this conversation when they're 50. I have this conversation with individuals where they're seeing now with their parents needing it. And, this plays into real estate because that's one of the things people are afraid of losing is their assets when they go and need long-term care. Yeah.
Isn't that the truth? And we, of course, have Medicare and Medicaid. That is a complicated system.
Very.
I would love to say that it's easy. I would love to say that it's super simple. And people have often thought of things like Social Security, like you pay in while you're healthy and then you can cash out when you're not. And it's just, there's so many people that are living longer now that pot is no longer as filled as they expected it to be.
Yeah, it's really quite scary. I keep seeing the stats, they change. They say in 10 years there won't be money in it. With the baby boomers and the giant population that are turning 65, there is a burden on the Medicare, on Social Security, and Medicare is amazing. When you turn 65, you go from, a lot of our clients will go from paying $800-900 a month to $300.
Yeah.
And it's with no deductibles. It's incredible coverage, but people think that's also going to cover them if they go and need, treatment at a nursing home or something to that effect.
So Kane, again, we're talking about disability and long-term care insurance. We're not just talking about those that are over 65, although that is certainly a target market for people that probably need some additional insurance. I'm 40 years old, Kane.
Yes.
Do I need long-term care insurance? Do I need disability insurance?
I mean, right now, disability insurance is something that plays into effect anybody over the age of 20. Because what people don't understand is they think an accident, they're going to be disabled. 90% of the people that claim on disability, it's due to illness, some type of illness it can be depression, it can be back pains, it can be pretty much, cancer, any of these things. And that's
So we're not thinking disabled of a physical disability.
Correct.
You're talking 90% of the time, it is something that's probably on the inside that's keeping them from functioning in a traditional sort of way in the real world.
correct. Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea that it was that high.
It's the stats are pretty crazy. And when you think about somebody, say you make $75,000 a year from to age 65, you're going to make like $4 or $5 million. That's, and you have no protection on the disability side.
None.
But your home, you have invested, say, $300,000 in, and you're investing $1,200 to $1,500 a year, when you can do the exact same thing on disability and protect $4 million.
Wow, I had never thought of it that way. I never expected something really smart to come out of your mouth, Kane, and here it is.
Yeah, write that down.
That's really great. Is the greatest asset is us, right?
Correct.
In fact, I was recording something for my coaching company just yesterday, and I was talking about how the greatest asset that we have are our people, and the greatest things in our ecosystems, if we're business owners, is us. And that we have to provide leverage and support. And now you're saying insurance also to protect those assets. That's a really great way to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, if you think you could pay $100 a month, which a lot of people pay for their car insurance, you pay for your home insurance, and you can protect 60% of your income.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer if you think about it. And it's when you're healthy, it's easy to sign up. A lot of them don't even exams. It's like fill out this sheet, and we can give you up to 60% coverage. And it's 60% coverage because it comes out tax-free. So that's why they don't cover up to 100%.
Right.
You get $100,000 in if you make $100,000, you can get $60,000 in coverage, and that comes in tax-free.
Obviously, coronavirus is a very big topic right now. And here we are talking about long-term care and disability.
Yeah.
We don't know the implications of what this is going to bring. It might just be all lip service, or it could be something really serious. And we're going to watch it and wait to see what happens. For people who maybe have a little bit of a scare or a proactive approach to something like this, how does that play in?
It's most of the insurance, it's kind of like deductibles. There's a time limit. So if most disability, you have 90 days, and then it kicks in.
Okay.
So in this instance, again, not a doctor, don't know the implications, but I know it's respiratory. If it's something that puts you out for a long period of time, you don't know what the underlying things are going to happen with it. Yeah, this is something that could kick in. If you were, paralyzed due to a virus, which has happened, that's where your disability insurance would kick in. And you can make it 30 days, you can make it 90 days, 120 days, however you feel. But I think the stat is like 65% of people do not have an emergency fund. They can't go more than 30 days without income.
Yeah, most people are about 2 paychecks away from being homeless.
Yeah, it's really, really scary. And when you think this is where insurance, like, people don't like it, but when you have it and you use it, you are the best client and promoter and referral there ever is.
Yeah. And I hope people don't ever have to call on you at Great North to be able to say, life has happened, whether it be a car accident or something in their house or in their own personal life or a loss of a family member. But I know Great North is there to protect on all those things. Yeah. And insurance is my least favorite thing that's absolutely necessary. Yeah. And like, you're my least favorite person who's absolutely necessary to have on radio.
Thank you, I think. Yeah, it's just, the big thing is when somebody calls me and asks me for life insurance for disability long-term care, unfortunately, my first question is, what happened?
Yeah.
Because it's not on top of mind. That's where I love doing these things. I go out and talk to people about it because almost everything that I sell has happened to me personally in some way, shape, or form. And so I'll talk real about it, but it really, really stinks that you learn about it or you need it when it happens to you. And that's how I learn about it. And a lot of times, like most humans, is because it's happened.
And the challenge here is, and we're going to end on this note, Kane, how can we help people to be proactive instead of reactive? And I'd say engage with the great people at Great North Insurance Services to see what you can be doing to be proactive, to get ahead of this stuff. I hope that your biggest complaint is not that you should have done something, but is, man, my insurance company, I paid so much money and nothing ever happened. That's the best problem you can have.
100%.
Yeah.
Could not agree more.
Either way, you have all my money, man. There you got it. Kane, appreciate you in studio. Folks, go to greatnorthinsuranceservices.com to learn more about what they're doing and to make an appointment to chat with Kane or some of the other great people over there. And in the meantime, you've been listening to Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch, and we are going to break.